Hello children, today we are going to revise chapter number 2, Shapes and Angles. Children, let us now revise what we did in the chapter Shapes and Angles. Basic shapes. What are basic shapes? Circle, rectangle, triangle, square are some of the basic shapes you know. They are all closed figures. And except circle, all are formed by straight lines. Polygon is a closed figure made of straight lines. Now you know what are polygons. Polygons are closed figures made of straight lines. Let us now consider the polygons with different sides. Three-sided polygon is called a triangle. Four-sided polygon is called a quadrilateral. Five-sided polygon is called a pentagon. Six-sided polygon is called a hexagon. Seven-sided polygon is called a heptagon. Eight-sided polygon is called an octagon. Nine-sided polygon is called a nonagon. And 10-sided polygon is called a decagon. Angle. What is an angle? An angle is a figure formed by two rays meeting at a common end point. The common end point is called the vertex. Angle is denoted by the symbol shown here. You can see an angle here. The two rays are the arms of the angle. And you can see the vertex. And the angles measured in degrees are written in the middle. Children, let us now see what is a ray, a line segment and a line. A ray is a line with single endpoint that extends infinitely in one direction. Ray AB is written as shown here. You can see a ray AB drawn below it. Now a line. A line has no endpoints. Line extends infinitely in both the directions. Line MN is written as shown here. You can see line MN drawn here. And finally, a line segment. A line segment has two endpoints. It is written as shown here and you can see a line segment PQ drawn here. Children, now you know how to draw an angle. Let us now learn how to name the angle. Angles can be named in the following ways. Angles are denoted by capital letters with the vertex letter in the middle. Here the vertex is O. So we can write it either as angle AOB or angle BOA. The vertex letter should be in the middle. O being the vertex is in the middle. The other way to write is just by one capital letter, that is angle O. Children, a polygon has as many angles as it has sides. For example, a pentagon will have 5 angles as it is a 5-sided polygon. Similarly, a quadrilateral will have 4 angles as it is a 4-sided polygon. You can find angles everywhere in your environment. Angles. You can see angles drawn by Rohini and Mohini using the matchsticks. Even though the above shapes are made using 6 matchsticks by Rohini and Mohini, both the shapes and angles are different. So we can say that the angles change when we change the shape of the figure. An angle can be a small angle, a big angle or a bigger angle. Now what is a regular polygon? Children, when all the sides and angles of a polygon are equal, we say it is a regular polygon. A divider is also known as an angle tester, which is used to see whether the two angles are of same measure or not. Now kids, what is a right angle? An angle having L shape is called a right angle. The symbol of an angle is shown here. Now an angle can be a right angle, smaller than a right angle or bigger than a right angle. Kids, let us now see the 3 figures here and tell what angles they are. The first figure is smaller than a right angle. The second one is a right angle and the third one is bigger than a right angle. Children, did you know there are angles in each alphabet? Yes, each alphabet has angles in them. Find the number of right angles smaller than a right angle and bigger than a right angle in these words. That is in words and angle. Okay, in words there are 4 angles smaller than a right angle, 12 right angles and 4 angles bigger than a right angle. And in the word angle, 10 angles are smaller than a right angle, 1 right angle and 3 angles bigger than a right angle. Children, let us now see what are changing shapes. You can see a pentagon here, 5-sided polygon. Suppose you push any side of the shape downwards with the tip of your finger, what will happen? Yes, the shape of the pentagon will change. Along with the shape, the angle will also change. Children, I just told you, when you push any side of the shape downwards with the tip of your finger, the shape and the angle both will change. But this will not happen in a triangle. Triangles are shapes which are strong and do not change shape easily when pressed. In bridges and towers, you can observe how different shapes are made stronger by using diagonal beams which divide the shapes into triangles. Angles and time. Children, we can see different angles formed on a clock's face. The hour and the minute hands of the clock move round as time passes through the day. Write what angles they are forming. The first clock is showing a right angle, second one greater than a right angle, third one a right angle and the last one smaller than a right angle. Children, let us see what is a degree. Now you know what are angles. What are angles? Angles are formed when two rays meet at a common endpoint. Now angles can be measured in degrees. Degree is written as shown here. Now angles can be classified according to their measures. When an angle is smaller than a right angle, it is called acute angle. When the angle is of L-shaped angle, it is a right angle. And when the angle is bigger than a right angle, it is an obtuse angle. And when it is a straight line, it is a straight angle. Children, let us now define the angles which are classified according to their measures. Acute angle, smaller than a right angle. An acute angle is an angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees. Then right angle, L-shaped angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 90 degrees is called a right angle. Obtuse angle, bigger than a right angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees is called an obtuse angle. Straight angle, an angle whose measure is exactly 180 degrees is called a straight angle. Children, you learned how to make a degree clock. Here I have given you the steps to make a degree clock. Let us now see the second degree clock shown here. L shape is 90 degrees, which is shown with the green color line, which is a right angle. Then purple line, 45 degrees, which is half of 90 degrees. Then 1/3 of 90 degrees is 30 degrees. Finally, 2 times of 90 degrees is 180 degrees, shown by a brown line here. Children, you can see angles in yoga poses too. Here, if you see, I have marked 4 angles, that is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4 in these 2 poses. Angle 1 is an acute angle, angle 2 is a right angle, angle 3 is an obtuse angle and angle 4 is an acute angle again. Children, let us now learn how to measure an angle using a protractor. There are 2 angles given to you. Let us measure these 2 angles using a protractor. Angle ABC and angle PQR. Here is your protractor. This is the baseline of the protractor and this is the center of the protractor. This is your vertex. This center of the protractor should be at the vertex of your angle while measuring the angle. So let us now keep it on the vertex of the. Can you see now? My baseline and the angle line coincides. My center of the protractor is at the vertex of the angle. Now this is my 90 degree. I am going to see the angle in the inner circle. So this is my 90 degrees. Inner circle, it is less than 90 degrees, an acute angle. My line is here which points at 70 degrees. So this is 70 degrees. Now there are three ways of writing the angle. Either you can write angle ABC 70 degrees or CBA 70 degrees. Vertex should come in the middle, or simply write angle B, that is the vertex, is equal to 70 degrees. Now let us measure the second angle. This is the baseline, this is your center, this center should come here and this baseline should coincide with this line. Like this. Center, my line coincides now. Now this is my 90 degrees. My line is on my left side. It is more than 90 degrees. So again I am going to see the number in my inside circle. It comes between 110 and 120. It is at 115, 115. So this angle is equal to 115 degrees. So how am I going to write? Angle PQR is equal to 115 degrees, or angle RQP 115 degrees, or simply write angle Q is equal to 115 degrees. Followed? Take more numbers, more degrees, and try to use the protractor and draw an angle and measure it. This is how you measure an angle using a protractor. Okay children, let us now draw an angle using a protractor. This is your protractor. First, draw a ray. I am going to keep this point as my vertex. So now the center of the protractor should come here and this line should coincide with this baseline. We are going to draw 45 degrees first. Let us draw 45 degrees. Okay. Now this line is coinciding. This is the center. This is my 90 degrees. I am going to see the inner circle. So now 45 degrees. It is between 40 and 50. I'm going to put a point here. Put a point at 45. Now take this out. Join this point with your vertex. Join and make a line. This is again going to be a ray. This is 45 degrees. Now name the angle. X, Y, Z. This is, I am going to write angle Y is equal to 45 degrees. The other two ways you can write, that is angle XYZ or angle ZYX. Now let us draw one more angle, angle of 120 degrees. Again I have drawn a line here. It is a ray. Put your protractor here. This is my 90 degrees. I am going to draw 120 now. So inner circle, it will come to my left side. Inner circle, it is more than 90. So go to this side, put a point at 120. Now join this 120 line to your vertex, or where we kept the protractor. Make it a ray. Now this is my 120 degrees. Name the angle A, B, C. Angle B is equal to 120 degrees. This is how you draw an angle using a protractor. Take few more angles or degrees, take few more degrees and draw an angle using a protractor on your own. Children, we have come to the end of the revision session of chapter number 2, Shapes and Angles. Revise it thoroughly. Practice drawing angles using a protractor and also measuring the angles using the protractor. Take care and bye.